Hi everyone, I'm Sofi and I'm currently at Kechara Forest Retreat, Bentong, Malaysia. Today, I'll be sharing on the benefits of circumambulation. I've shared before that every second of our day, we are creating karma with our thoughts, speech and actions, be it good or bad. I've shared that karma will multiply and it will be exhausted once we experienced it. But because of the multiplication, if we do not purify it on the same day or the day after, and as such, eventually it will trap us, in our existence of suffering, because it will continue with producing negative effects for us. We need to generate a lot of merits to counter the negative karma that we are collecting and to prevent it from arising. Buddha has taught many ways that we are able to purify and collect merits, and circumambulation around the holy objects or place is one of the methods. When we circumambulate with the motivation to gain wisdom and compassion for the sake of all sentient beings, we are generating the merits to counter karma that may create obstacles in our spiritual practice. Circumambulation is actually the formation of Latin words. Circum means around, ambulare, to walk, so circumambulation. And in Tibetan it's called kora, and kor means circle. And the Muslims, they call it tawa, and they circumambulate around the Kaaba, their most sacred site. And Hindus too, they practice circumambulation around their deities or holy places. And here's an interesting fact. In Tibet, some of the footpaths in the Tibetan communities are actually koras, paths that's around holy places or objects like the stupa. So if you don't know and you didn't notice, then this is just to help you, to give you a further information, in case you visit. Here's a story to show how meritorious it is to circumambulate the holy objects or places. Lama Atisha and the Kadampa Geshes used to circumambulate stupas, and Drotompa once asked Lama Atisha, "Why don't you relax? Why not practice virtue sitting? Why do this common practice of circumambulation?" And Lama Atisha replied, "You don't understand. When I circumambulate, I accumulate the three virtuous actions of the body, speech, and mind. When I sit there, only one in terms of merit, there is no greater practice than circumambulations. The benefits of circumambulating a stupa or a holy object, as Buddha has taught. 1. Free of the 8 unfavorable circumstances: to be born in hell, to be born in animal realm, to be born in the hungry ghost realm, to be born in the God realm, to be born in uncivilized lands, to be born with incomplete facilities, to hold the wrong views, and to be born in a place where Buddha will not come. And number 2, you'll be reborn in a noble family and possess great riches. You'll be free from disturbing emotions, and you will love practicing generosity. You have an attractive appearance and a beautiful complexion. And 6, others will rejoice in seeing you. 7, you'll be powerful in the world. And 8, you'll become a king of Dharma. You'll be reborn a fortunate being that will have enthusiasm for Buddha, or Buddha's teachings. And having become a yogi, you accomplish great miracles and will gradually obtain 32 signs of purity and 80 perfections of the body of the Buddha. First of all, the locations that we circumambulate are considered to hold spiritual powers, such as the Mahabodhi temple, where Buddha gained his enlightenment, that That is in Bodh India. And, well, of course, our very own Kachara Forest Retreat, where we have the very holy Rajayogini Stupa and the many Buddha statues here. We are very blessed simply by being near them. We can build upon this blessing in many ways. One, we can recite mantras as we circumambulate, such as Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Tare Tutare Ture Soha, Om Muni Muni Maha Muniye Soha, or our Guru's mantra, or any prayers that you wish. 2. Tibetan Buddhists circumambulate in a clockwise direction. But I've heard that Bon and Hindus, they will practice counterclockwise. This was in the Avatamsaka Sutra, the Flower Garland Sutra, which says, circumambulate 3 times in a clockwise direction. It is obligatory to circumambulate clockwise. If you do it counterclockwise, not only you are not gaining any merit, but you'll be generating negative karma by doing so. So that is our Tibetan Buddhist practice. So, and then number 3, as we circumambulate, we should generate a strong motivation of compassion, which is bodhicitta. Remember the sufferings of all sentient beings in the 6 realms, and feel that you're responsible to free them from their suffering. And even if you don't know how to do this perfectly, our sincere open heart, wishing things to bring more merits, will bring more merits to our action. In Sutra of Buddha lecturing King Prasenajit, it is said that if it is with a pure mind that a person circumambulates a stupa or an image of the Buddha, then in the next life, even the enemies will respect this person. And this person will possess merits and virtues and become Mahayana Dharma vessel. Very powerful. Number 4, we count our prayers and mantras using our malas, and at completion we blow onto the mala to imbue it with the blessings of our prayers. Number 5, we can also spin a prayer wheel clockwise as we perform choras. The prayer wheels contain thousands, millions of holy mantras of the Buddha, and with each spin, you are activating this mantra to gain the blessings. Number 6, in Tibet, it's quite common to see practitioners prostrating along the circumambulation path. As you can imagine, this takes an enormous amount of time and physical mental effort, and is considered to provide a huge increase in spiritual benefit of the Kora. So circumambulation of the holy objects such as stupa or places that is holy, you will gain tremendous merits towards your spiritual practice. In the Casket of Secret Relics Sutra, it is written that those who should be punished in Avicii hell, if they make one prostration to this stupa, means holy stupa or any holy places, or walk around this stupa once in clockwise direction, they will reach enlightenment. So from this you can gather, it's indeed very meritorious to, you gain a lot of merits, just by circumambulation. And as such, I will end this session here today. So I'll be taking some questions. This is from Pastor Adeline. In Tibetan, Ko means circle. What about Ra? That I did not find out. I'll find it out and I'll answer you. And from Pastor Adeline, in Tibetan Buddhist, is Tibetan Buddhist the only Buddhist who practice circumambulation? No, it's I think this I'm not very sure, so I'll give you the answer after I've find out the answers. So if circumambulation anti-clockwise, you generate negative karma. What about people who doesn't know what they are doing? What happen to go in that direction? Do they collect negative karma? What about people whose belief it is to circumambulate anti-clockwise? This I can't say because I did not look into it, so I will do that and I'll answer you. And question from Valentina, which one is more effective purification practice? Reciting purification mantra when doing circumambulation or reciting general Buddha mantra? Well, if this one, because this one is for purification, so if you're reciting purification mantra, which is more specific to what you require, then of course the purification mantra will be more effective. But as in general, all Buddha mantras are, not all purification or Buddha mantras are effective for purifying. It's just that the purification mantra is specified for purification, so the effect will be stronger. But remember, your motivation is very important as well. Pastor Gina, Joy has asked the question, how is it that a prayer wheel, which is such a small item, can contain so many mantras? Well, all the mantras are written on the pieces of paper, and they are rolled up very tightly and put inside the prayer wheel, and it's been blessed as well, consecrated and blessed. So that is why, even though it's small, they're all written, it could be written very small and it's on the paper, so it's quite a lot inside. And from Pastor G9, where did the tradition of circumambulation originated from? Which country? This I do not know as well. I'll have to find out the answer and answer you at a later date. From Yi Yin Teo, if circumambulation of a stupa can generate so much merits, can we just do circumambulation to generate merits but nothing else? If according to what all the sutras have said, I would say that you can do that on its own, because I see a lot of pilgrims, they would just go to like the holy stupas and they would just do the circumambulation. But the thing is, you can always do more, such as prostration as well as mentioned. And from Pastor G9, on the topic about circumambulation anti-clockwise, what do you mean you can't say? You mentioned in your talk that it is bad karma to do so. Yes, according to the sutra, it is bad. But the thing is, different tradition, different type of religions, they have their own practices. So I can't really, say as in, I'm not the, what do you call it? I do not have the knowledge, to be able to answer this. And from Pastor Shin, it is not easy for someone to circumambulate. Example, people who have difficulty to move around or are too sick, can they still circumambulate? How? Is it okay if people carry them or push them around in wheelchair, etc.? Does that still count? Yes, of course it does. In yes, yes it does, because you'll be still circumambulating whether somebody pushes you around in the wheelchair or not. And at Kachara Forest Retreat, some people has also bring their very sick pet to circumambulate around the stupa. So, and it's very helpful to let them gain the blessings, so that in the future rebirth they may take a good rebirth. And from Pastor Jinai, when you are circumambulating, is there anything you should be focusing on or visualizing? Well, the main thing will be to strongly have that strong motivation that you gain the merits, that eventually you reach the enlightenment, and in doing so you be able to help all the sentient beings. And also for visualizing, well, I've mentioned about chanting mantra. You can actually visualize the Buddha mantra that you're the mantra of the Buddha that you're chanting, and visualize the Buddha that with the mantra that you're chanting. Or you can just visualize like the holy being, which is the Buddha, I guess. Yeah, sorry, not I guess, the holy being. And or you can actually visualize like the seed syllable of the mantra, whichever that you're chanting at, but at your heart, and then with the 5 colors around it, with the glow of the light. So that was shared during my sharing at the mantra, on mantra itself. So can refer back to that. Oh well, but it's better that if you to refer to Rinpoche's teachings. Okay, from Pastor Adeline. Please explain how a person who is supposed to go to Avicii hell reach enlightenment if they make prostrations to a stupa and to circumambulate once in a clockwise direction. Well, this was mentioned in the sutra, so I guess it's to show how beneficial and how meritorious it is to do the circumambulation. And I do not know, because this one was just mentioned in the sutra. I have not learnt it, so I will have to look it up and to share with you later on in the comment section. And from Yi Yin Teo, then why do we need to do candle offerings or food offerings, etc., to collect merits, if doing circumambulation is good enough to collect merits? Well, there's no ends to collecting merits, as much merits, it will be good for us. So circumambulation itself, it doesn't stop you from making offerings, of other kinds. So if you were to do it in, together or in, it will be good. We can never be enough, There's, the merits, we have to collect a lot for our practices. And from Pastor Adeline, different religion has different traditions. However, there are still universal truths that is applicable whether the religion tradition supports that or not. Do you agree? if you do, how come you cannot say negative karma can be accumulated by going anti-clockwise? Well, this is very easy because I'm not learned enough to say it for a fact, you know, which is why I will need to ask someone who is, who has more knowledge, and then I'll get back to you on the comment section. And from Pastor G9, your answer regarding my question on visualization is not quite accurate. Perhaps you might like to do a little further research and clarify at a further date. Yes, I will do that. And Joy, can I do circumambulation and dedicate to healing someone who is not able to do it? Will it actually help that person? Okay. Okay, for Joy's answer, I would look up the answer and I'll answer you in the comment section. So I don't see any more questions. So I'll just end it with a completion dedication. And if there's any more questions, I will answer them at a later date. Thank you. Jangyo Senjo Rinpoche, Mage Panam Gishi, Ge Panam Pame Payang, Goni Gondu Pewashu, Donito Rinpoche, Mage Panam Gishi, Ge Panam Pame Payang, Goni Gondu Pewashu, Dasojini Sapagi Wadi, Danandro Aguna Gampata, Jepa Jesu Los Antrapai, Tamping Riba Gishi. Kewa kuntu yanda lamada drame joki pala no joji sadam langi yote razone doji changi ngopa motus kewa di yododa lama sang yodrione drewa chika malupa de sala gopasho joki ke fosungapa josu nampa pewala geki sama siwadang tungki malu sawasho dadam sungi dosundan drewa songi latene gewa losan trapai tampa yuriba gyushi ni modele sendele ni migunyan dele shi ni sintato dele pel kunju sungi jingilo kunju sungi ngodroso kunju sungi trasi sho jesu lama kusen rapting ching nam country ni choju ke pada losam tempe dro me sap sungi dro e mun sa tato ni gyu shi gawe rawe ko we shingam dem bendan de o malu gyo ni cheren zi wan ten sing get so yi shape shi de baru den gyu shi Tumping Otro Malupa, then the Dala Cell do so, God and then Palong Chopna, Kepa Soshik Shukten Cell. Thank you for joining me, and I'll be here again tomorrow. See you.